Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for having a look at this video and tuning in. This video we're looking at painting the crew commanders for the LAV-25s for the Australian Army build, and we're doing the OzCam pattern. I'm just going to bring a photo down here, and you can see that sort of pattern on that uniform. We're going to try and get that look onto our crew commanders. And the two on the end here I've already painted up, and that's the sort of look we're going for. Just got that disruptive camouflage pattern on them. And there's two here that I've primed in Carkey, because we'll get to them in a second. And these two, last video with the labs, we painted the primer on them, just brush painted primer. And our first colour that we're going to use to paint, which would be the base colour for their uniforms, is going to be Carkey. So I'll just get a little bit of Carkey out on the palette. And once we prime these guys, we'll change to the other ones up here, because we'll wait for this primer to dry. So I'll just put that primer on. You don't have to do their faces. You can sort of, you know, do it fairly tidy and go around and just get the uniform. So just a nice coat of Carkey across that uniform. Yeah, normally what I do is just leave that to dry, and then come back to the uniforms later on. But I'll just put them up here, just inside the camera shot, and I'll rinse out that brush. And here we've got the other guys that are exactly the same as the one on the right. That's, yeah, nothing's changed. Quickly rinse that brush out. Then I'm going to change to bright green. I'm going to use that as part of that camouflage pattern on the uniform. And I'm just going to use a different technique for applying it. This stuff you just need to drop, because the pattern on this scale of model is going to be, yeah, it's going to be small. And I'm just using a toothpick. And let's get a tiny bit of that paint on a toothpick, and I just go around and just dab it on. I find sometimes if you do it with a brush, you get like even little circles, and what I want is that sort of mismatched, disruptive look. So see a bit better on the back there. So they're not quite circles, though. It's just a little bit. So you get plenty of them on there. I'm not doing the helmets with it. The helmets would be a different colour. So once I've done that, and I'm fairly happy with that green, I'll just wipe off the toothpick. A bit of paper towel is perfect for that. And then I'm going to go to tan earth. And same technique, toothpick. And I'll pick up some of that brown, and I'll just do the same thing, get that brown over the crew, and try and get some of that brown crossing over with that green. My brown's tiny bit lumpy. See there, that's not good. I mean, if you're not 100% happy with it, get a toothpick again and go over with the go over with that green again. And I normally only use this method for crew. If I was painting, say, a platoon of based infantry, I would use a brush, and we'll get to that in another video. Next colour I'm going to use is Russian uniform, one of the colours that's sort of used in a lot of stuff I do. So that Russian uniform, and that just adds another, there's a couple of different colours of green on the uniform, so just go in and dab that on. Now it does look a little bit different off camera, so to me it just looks that tiny little bit different to probably what it does on camera, but the technique works. So we just get a bit of that on there. Oh, sorry, I was out of shot then, so just keep dabbing that on. Then I'll change to a brush, and the brush I'm going to use is a number 1, and it's going to be Russian uniform again with a number 1 brush, and I'm just going to do the crew helmets. Try not to keep dropping them, that's not good. And if I've got a little bit left over, I'll just go over to these guys that we painted just before, and I'll just paint their helmets as well. Technique's the same for all of them, they'll all be painted the same way. And then I'll rinse out that brush. And you can see our uniforms are coming along all right with that camouflage pattern. And then the next colour I'll use will be, it's just a flesh colour. Unfortunately, the label's worn a bit, but it's flesh. So you get a little bit of, just a tiny drop of flesh on the palette. I'll change to a 5-0 brush. Oh, my flesh needs a bit more of a shake. My apologies. This is why I'm, no professional modeler. Anyway, get that flesh on there. I don't know why they sometimes make them with just one hand, but anyway, one arm. So just get a little bit of that flesh onto the models. And these guys I haven't done, but I've got a little bit of flesh left there, so we'll just go across their faces as well. They still need that camouflage pattern paint put on them. Get their hands done. And that's just using up leftover paint. So you can see there we're getting there with them. And I'll give that a rinse out. And the next colour I'll use is back to another one of my favourites for any sort of glass or anything like that, is clear purple. And just a drop of clear purple, same brush, 5-0. And these guys have goggles on, so let's go across their goggles. I'll do the same thing with these guys here. He's got his on his head, and he's got his on his head as well. But just paint the front of them. And can I drop them anymore? And that gives us our colours for our disruptive pattern camouflage uniform. You can go a little bit more on the brown. It's a little bit hard to see, but it's giving us that pattern. And then we've got these guys here as well. And that's just, you know, that's just a copy of that sort of camouflage pattern. Although it's a little bit larger on the actual figures because of the scale. But another video we're looking at doing another way. This just for the crew. Next video we'll get them mounted up, and the labs will just about be finished. So thanks for watching. We'll get on with the Chinook build too, and the Iraqi infantry build. We'll go back to that for a little bit too. I just want to get these crew done so we can sort of have a look at them. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.